Oh, goody. Last time we were doing roots and this right triangle with the a squared plus b squared equals c squared, or the Pythagorean theorem. Now we're gonna move on to the polynomial, which, to be fair, this portion over here is not gonna be the actual question. It's just telling you how the visual way we learn it. Because if you think about it, when we were going to 4x, I think it was 2x actually, 2x equals 4x2. There's a few ways you could have actually gotten it, but what I would hoped you got was that x is the same number, which means x2 is the same as 2. If you look over here, it's 4, right? And you should explicitly tell them this because, well, let's face it, there's no way a kid would learn this. This is square, right? So we're not doing anything, like a cubic or anything like that. So we're going with the, 2D plane, multiplying by, oneself. And this is how you do it. This is x squared, and this x, and an x, and then 1. And do I need your students to learn this? No way, never. It's only to show visually, so it's more intuitive to them before you teach them the FOIL method, because otherwise they don't understand something and they're just doing it like a robot. And then here, great, right? And that is actually a polynomial that works. But now you have to tell them, oh, why don't we try something else and see if we get the same answer? Because we need to do familiar things and then do the unfamiliar things. So we go with x squared, and then we go out. That looks horrible. Out. All right. And when we go out, we see that it is x, right? Plus x. And then we go in over here, which is another plus x. And we go out, which is a 1. And if we add up those, it is the same. Therefore, this in, out, works. Or other known as a FOIL method. FOIL. Okay. So that's how you would go approaching polynomials with the second degree term. But there's some special creation that we need to talk about, which is disputed property that we need to talk a little bit more about, because if you had this plus 1, you would go x2 plus x, and then you would have to also show him this portion. And then go dispute, x squared plus x. Oh wait, that's the same answer as this. And that's how you would prove distributed property, just to teach them how to do that. Okay, let's clear that up. Now, you're waiting for the questions, right? So as always, I need to go to yellow for the a little bit advanced, but really not advanced because you already learned it. It's just a little bit of a review kind of portion. Right? Usually that's the review portion. Over here is the actual concept unit, which is gonna be, woo, gonna have so much fun, aren't we? X minus 3. And then in reality, this one, I would recommend you put a lot of questions in, because let's face it, this is probably the one thing that will confuse a lot of students for a while until they get it. The only reason I know this very well is because my mom and dad forced me to do so many questions of this that my brain died. Yes. True story, actually. My brain died after some time just doing this problem mindlessly. But as always with any problems, new problem, I would always give them precursors. Like, these are all the same, just a little different. That's on purpose, as usual. And then we'll go over here, and then we'll have to explain one more thing. If we have, all right, we also have to explain this. I forgot about this almost. Woo! This thing. And also, why you have to explain this is because negative numbers are not intuitive. Is there any negative numbers in the real world? No. I mean, there shouldn't be. Physically. But if you go to like physics, there is. But that's not a topic for another day. x squared, right? That's plus 2x, and then this is minus 2x, and this is negative. This is 4. This is negative 4, right? Yeah, multiply those two. And here we cancel these two out, and we can tell from here that this is x2 minus 4. So what should I, if I was expanding this, I mean, this is the expanded form. So if I was, no, sorry, not expanded. No, that's, yeah. If I was trying to expand this, we'll go to x plus 2 and then x minus 2, right? And that would be my, proof, right? So here, what we have here is that if a is to square minus by oh, sorry, this is the wrong way around. Ooh, I'm so nutty sometimes. A to the square, then e can equal x to the minus plus a by the x to the minus a. And a here is a constant. Yes, it is. And let me erase this thing and come back. And now you get the point of what I'm going to go here now, aren't I? Hopefully you do. So I'm basically going to give it one of those questions, basically. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do x minus 3. Oh, that's horrible. And then x plus 3. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say equal to that. But what I'm also going to do is literally give them the answer over here. Like, ooh, x to the square minus 9. Seriously? Yeah. Equal. And I'll say expand. I should have already wrote that. Alright, so factor. Sorry. It should be called factor. Factor out. Believe. That's the proper terminology for all of this stuff. So let's keep it the proper terminology. And I think they would need a lot more space if you think about it, because they're, starting. So let me reorder this to make sure it looks good. So I wrote expand and factor out. That should be good. Hopefully that's good. And now the painful part. Yes, that was not the painful part. And that's not duplicating at all. Oh, great, the internet's bad. All right, duplicate. That's good. So the painful part is actually figuring out the polynomials that would actually work when we actually factor it out to make two different things. Yeah. So I'll quickly do some problems by hand and figure them out, and then I'll put them in here. By that, the painful part is to figure out this is why everyone just goes to text. What I mean by that is do this thing, but I won't do too much of this the same as that. No, I will not do that because we're going to do different problems here. Anyway, x to the no, sorry, that's wrong. Like x2 plus 5 minus 3x minus 15 there, right? Which is x2 plus 2x, mistake there, minus 15. And I'll put that as one of the factoring questions. Get it? Okay, you got it. Okay. Oh, now you may be wondering, the method I use, there's two methods that I've been taught. One with my dad, which is one of them is, let me get that paper. One, get the, that's not 3, that's 2, 2, 7, and get a, wait a second, that's not it. Get a 3, 5, you get a minus here, cross-examinate, and then figure out that this is negative 3 plus 5 equals 2. And over here, I put minus 3 with x plus 5. So I go across afterwards. And that's how my dad taught it. Basically getting the multiple of this one and getting a multiple of this one and cross-examining it. So the way the school teaches you, and that's a lot of mental math you have to do because and I've been really good at it because I did a lot of problems before. But usually your school goes for something like 15 over here and 1, right? And actually, there's one more over here. School systems like this, I don't know how to use it because I never use this method personally. So Yeah, you have. I mean, I'll just do it right now. You know what? And this is how you do it, apparently. Yes. But as you can see, it's way more complicated than it has. I mean, it's not complicated. It's actually doable. You just have to do it like this and get the same result, I believe. So you're just doing A and A here and getting this thing. And that's all you have to do, seriously. And unfortunately, I've never been taught that way because, oh my god, it's not really. Oh, it's not the wrong. There you go. Right, and I've been taught the box method kind of. I think I don't know. I don't know what they're calling it, but for me, this is way more comfortable for me. So, I'll be continuously doing that, and you can follow another tutorial online to do the star method if you want, but they're the same thing. So what I mean by that is that don't threaten them. Doing it one way or another still gets you the right answer. So if you ask me if they get the right answer, I don't care. Because I believe there's even more methods if you go online into the internet. There's actually so many methods that you can go with, and I'm impartial to any of them, seriously. And here I'm gonna make this into like 1 point probably because let's face it, no one cares. I mean, these questions you're gonna have to do a lot of them. So let me do this real quick, and I'm gonna use some perfect squares too. As you can see, you can keep on going down, and you'll see more. I'll be doing this for a while, and I'll be back when I'm done. To tell you the truth, it's probably better just to give a whole worksheet and just slap them on their face on it and make them do them all. To tell you the truth, for this particular thing, as long as we're not doing word problems is a special case, and I have some videos on that one too. But if it's not word problems, then I would recommend just giving a freaking worksheet and print it out from the online something and just giving it, slapping them. But that's after this because right now we want to expose them first and then we can go on the entire rant and give them a worksheet. So this is first, then you go give them a worksheet, and I'll try to find a worksheet that has all this and link it on here, so that you know what to do when you gave them this already, and the student wants more, or you want more for your students to actually learn better in the long run. Or that's my opinion. You can diss on it all you want, your choice. Um, All right, so over here I haven't actually done the question. Let me actually do that real quick. Let's do seven. No, let's do 2 and 1. That should be good. And I think that's all. Wait a second. This should be plus, and then that's good. Okay, we have done most of it. And then let me give me a worksheet, or maybe I'll make a worksheet. You know what? I'll make a worksheet with Google Doc, and I'll send it down here. I'll just make it right now. So yeah, here's the link. Google Doc. It should be shared to everyone. Sooner or later, not now, but I'll get it done with everyone, and then you can actually just give that worksheet. And I'm gonna make tons of them there, and then that would be good. All right. Also, there's I believe a lot of great resources online that you can just go there and just get it, and you can even you just buy a textbook about it and just print it continuously. Um, yeah, that should be good. Let's go with the old problems now. What do I want to add here that's old that I can put in here? So first thing I'll go with straight away Pythagorean theorem right now. So we went easy on them with this, right? And they don't know how to make a decimal because they have no calculator yet. They should not yet have a calculator because we have not done the, what do you call it? First degree. We haven't actually graphed it by hand yet, so you should not do it yet. So all of this, I believe, I made it purposeful that we have some interaction that make it so that this is all possible, but just by doing with math, sorry, by hand, right? This is a little difficult, but you just have to teach them about the uh, 12, 12, 5, 13 triangle beforehand. Over here, 3, 4, 5 triangle beforehand, which we usually just tell them seriously. best way possible to teach them, and actually what you would probably do. Over here, you taught them that it's like 354. You can actually multiply by 4 and get the same thing over here, and you just tell them because math is a communication. It's basic communication. So math is a form of communication. That should be good. So over here, I'll go with the 3 4 5 triangle. But just to jazz it up, we'll say multiply by 5, multiply by 5, and then we just say find x. No, multiply by 5 equals y. Find y. Okay, that sounds good. That sounds like a good plan. Next one we're going to do is with the equation, long equation. So let's go with a little bit something a little bit more in tune with what we're doing. So we'll go with that first. And we'll go with x. Because by now we have done some of these problems now. Plus 1 equals, and we purposely haven't done anything too hard yet, so should be good. And 2 like crazy, so should be good. 2 20x plus 5. That should be fine. Next one is going to be a little bit difficult because we're going to do actually a square root. Seriously, we are. By that, I mean, let me get this. We're going to have x as just one of them, but we're going to do plus 5 equal 36 minus so 41. And the thing about this is that we're going to actually finally put something on here with the plus 5, which is the square. And then say find x. And then we could just do that for this one too. Find x. And actually, I know in America we don't want to do that way with x. Apparently, America likes it this way, I believe. Yeah. Next way. Yeah, the only reason I know that is because my dad taught me one way. I was born here, but I was taught with my dad, so I learned it with the squiggly X. But when I go to school, they taught me with the straight X with the thing, so I changed my X to fit accordingly. But I would say it doesn't matter. You can give it this way, that way, whatever. I don't care. It does not matter. Who cares about that? Anyway, next. We need fraction basically. But I think I already covered fraction, so negative numbers. How about that? Okay, good. Negative numbers. -5. I was born in the USA, but have been taught by my dad. So, yeah, funny fact. So we'll go with the x over here, and we'll put a negative there. And if they're smart enough, they'll just multiply everything by a negative and then get everything to a positive. It's the x is to positive, which will cancel out everything there. Okay, that's good. I think that's good. All right, duplicate. Doop. Let me pause this for a second. 18 minutes. That's good. Okay, that's good timing. All right. So as usual, I will be copying and pasting this. This could be like a warm up. I love making these videos. Yeah, they're fun. Okay, I severely misjudged my placements. That's fine. I could just do this. And I could just do this. That's good. It's a bit tight squeeze, but that's fine. Okay, let's just do this all really quickly. Oh, actually, the spacing here is awful. So a space here I didn't take advantage of. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, that's fine. All right. Over here, I should make this a one question. Oh, I forgot to divide these. That's what I was forgetting. Okay, let's divide them. That's all you need to do. And then this one also has division. So let's do it really quickly with the red pen on paper. So if I was a person that did, I would go for this one first because it's so much easier going to that one first. But let's do it in order. So x squared, right? Minus minus, so it's minus 8x plus 15. Comment down below if I got that one wrong, but I think I got it right. X squared, and that's plus 2x minus 15. Right? Yeah. X squared. Let me see that. Minus plus, that's negative 2x. Minus 15 still. Okay. X squared plus 8x plus 15. That's good, right? And this is x squared minus 9. All right, over here, because of that, I could just do this, or they can actually do the mathematical problem by using this thing. But I think they would realize if they got this one right that this is a continuation of that. And I hope you explained this concept here. Because you're supposed to, because math is a language. If we're not predisposed to it, there's no way a person will know. The only reason they know is because their mom and dad told them, as I said multiple times in my videos. And this is how I learned it. But I gave you purposely a lot more space because I know that some people have learned it another way with the X thing, which takes a lot more space than what I did here. Oh, did I? Did I go? Oh, I got that got cut a little bit on the answer sheet. So let me just fix that real quick. That's good enough. So 1, 1, 1, 1, x plus 1, x plus 1. And yes, for me, that's enough work, but I don't think a lot of teachers would say yes to that. So you probably want to put more work than that. Which basically means cross 3, 3, and then 9 with a plus there, but I don't do that. So over here we have 4, 5 triangle, which is the y equal 25. Should be objectively simple. Over here we group these together, which equals a plus 4 over here. And I forgot about that. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of mistake, and you're probably angry in the comments shouting at me. Hopefully you are. Otherwise, I'm just... Okay, never mind. Just ignore what I said. So I'm just going to multiply by 3 divided by 4 first, which is going to be over here. 16 by... Ooh, wrong color. So 16 by the 3, because we multiply those out. And then you have 20, right? That's by... No, I shouldn't do that. Never mind. I should take that back. Okay, this actually... I made it harder for myself. All right, 3, 4x minus 20x equal 4, right? X over here too. So, well, my God. You know what? I'll do this here. If I was going to do a question like this, I would say negative 19.25. Technically, that's okay. And did I break any of the rules that I set myself on before the previous question? I did, I think. So yeah, as you can see, I broke my... What I mean by that is that I shouldn't have any questions that's way too advanced for a person to know about. And I don't think I talked about mindset to attracting whole numbers, so to that extent. So well, we're gonna delete that, obviously. Even though I could do that, but you would need to go to decimals, and I mean you could do it with the whole fractions, but what would you need to do is for earlier problem, you need to 4 multiplied by 4 again, which is 80. And that could get complicated. That would just get the mess, and I don't really want that for this question. I was looking for a fraction. That's all I'm looking for. So we could go over here, which is 3, 4, minus 4 divided minus 4. That was all I was looking for here. And I don't need to go farther than that to look for that. So negative 1 divided by 4x, which is equal to negative 4, which means x is equal to negative 16. No, positive 16, sorry. Positive. So let me just erase that plus sign because we're not in physics and we don't need to do that. Okay, so over here we get 36 if I'm not correct, and square rooted to x, which is x equal to 6. Over here is 6x, no, sorry. Oh yeah. What should do is 5x minus 6 equal x. Go over here, which equals 4x equals 6, which equals 3 divided by 2 equal. Check mark. And then with that, please comment down below if I made any mistakes. Let me highlight those answers because I can't tell sometimes with what my answers are. And it comes to this portion of here. Or maybe I should label it different y's and x's next time because that sounds like a good idea. All right, defined. And I think that's good. Let me make sure everything's correct. Although real quick, I'll come back. Well, I made a mistake, as you can see over here. This is plus, right? So I plug it over here, but this is still a plus. So plus over here gives over here, which means it's a negative. So negative 16. My mistake. That's fine. I fixed it. Caught it. This is why I need you to go down to the comments and see if I make a mistake. Therefore, you can catch me and you can notify me and I can fix it right away. So, all right. So now the grading system, right? I go with green first. And then we go with, I believe, blue later, right? Blue is the extra credit. Yeah, that's correct. I always forget about that. So here's plus 2. Here's plus 2. And here is plus 5. So plus, the extra one is just given because of one single problem over here. Over here, this is plus 2. And everything is plus 1 there. That's my theology, but you could shift it over to which one do you think is the hardest. Your choice, that means. So for this is a 7, this is a 9. Right. Okay. So let's go with the EX, which is a max, which is 9. This is still 9. And the min, which is over here, which is a 6.3. Yeah, let me reset here. Min 6.3, giving your final result of what you're trying to look for. Anyways, I think we're done with this section of our learning curriculum. So next time, we're probably going to go with linear, unless I forget something, and then I'm going to go back to it. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be linear afterwards. Unless plug into equation also something. But I think that can be said with this equation where when we're doing the first degree, second degree, and third degree. I mean, I don't think we go to third degree yet. Third degree is a little later, I think. Yeah, so we're done. So with that, I have to say goodbye. That's all I have to say to you guys. So goodbye.